Thank you.
Okay, so now I'm going to start my presentation. I'm Ken, and for my DP3 class, I designed an air purifier for Chinese class for the schools. And before I introduce my project, my design, I'm going to talk about the background. So in the past year, in China, the air pollution becoming a big problem. So according to the Chinese government report, yearly around 35,000 to 50,000 people die because they're suffering about the disease, about the air, polluted air. Because the polluted air, they have many like chemical dust in there. If you take inside of your body, you may get disease. And especially for the children and the elderly people, they're more easy to vulnerable to air pollution related disease. So based on that, I started my research and I noticed that there is several lack of Chinese schools. They don't have the air purifier or some similar stuff to clean the air. So what I want to do is to design an air purifier, especially for the use in the classroom environment. So about the stakeholder and opportunity, here my target user is going to be the people in school, like the students and the faculty working in schools, and the customer going to be the school or the government. Because what I'm thinking is the school can buy my machine directly, or the government's gonna to buy this and send them to school. So what I'm thinking here is, because the air pollution is a big problem and it's still not solved yet, so it's going to be a big opportunity and the market is huge. And maybe in the future, using my kind of air purifier in the classroom could be a standardized. After that, I start to interview with students, parents, teachers, and people who work in the education system. So what I get from the interview, first I'm going to talk about the students I interviewed. So what I get from them is they're sitting in the classroom, and in the bad days, they barely can open the window. Because in the classroom in China is like almost like 40 to 50 people sitting inside of the room, and they're breathing the same air in the room. And if they don't open the window to get the fresh air, the air quality goes to bad very quickly. That even they open the window, they cannot get the fresh air. So that's the problem. That is the point. And some parents, they're worrying about their children at school. So they did advise to the teacher or the president of school to equip the air purifier, but the school denied. I was wondering why the school denied to do so. So I asked the teachers at school. So what I got is some schools once equip the air purifier, some schools don't. For the school equipped, the air purifier doesn't work as they expect, because the air purifier we have now in market is designed for home, like small studio or small office, for small number of people. But like classroom, like I said, they have like 40 to 50 people. So the air purifier cannot satisfy what they need. Also, the air purifier we have now has to be worked in an enclosed space. Then it can clean the air. If you open the window and turn on air purifier in the same time, it may not work that perfectly, because you're cleaning the air in the same time, you're getting the bad air coming in. And so based on that, I have a look on the market, trying to know what we have now. So like like I said, is all designed for small spaces, and the price range from like several hundred Chinese yuan to like 3,000 Chinese yuan. The price changes based on the CARD, what is called clean air delivery rate. So if they have the big rate, which means it's expensive and have more power to clean the air. So based on what I did in the research, I start to build my ideas. So the first idea I come up is a personal type air purifier. It's like a mask, and you can wear it. And it have two small air purifier on each side, and it can clean the air, and you can get the fresh air directly. And my second idea is like a small air purifier that can attach on the table, and it can suck in the air from the back and blow the fresh air from the front to the face. And my third idea is about an air purifier that is fit on the side sliding window, because in China, almost 90% of the classroom using the side sliding window. Because the reason for using side sliding is because too many students sit in the room, and side sliding can save some spaces. And also, this can let more sunshine come in because it has less frame. So after I got my initial ideas, I take these ideas to get feedback with the person I interviewed. And what I got is, for my first and second ideas, which is the personal type air purifier, the school said if they have to buy each student one of that, school have to pay a lot. And also the parents, some parents, they don't want to pay for that because they think the school have to pay for their children because the children are studying in there. So, but my third idea, I got the feedback from the president and who work in the educational system. They thought that may be more acceptable ideas. So I continue with my third idea, and then I did the technical research. I want to know what kind of technology I can use in my project. So the first thing I noticed is called ventilation system. That is the thing like we use in this building, the tubes. There may be some big machine on the top floor or some place to clean out air and deliver the clean air to each room. And also it might have a heat exchange core inside of it to heat up the air during the cold day. But although this kind of system has a high efficiency on cleaning airs, but the thing is, in China, the classroom, the buildings, they don't have this kind of system built. So if they want to use this kind of system, they have to kind of upgrade the building. That's going to be cost a lot of money and time. Usually schools don't have that much money and time to do the upgrade. And another technology for air purifier, I noticed that is called magnetic iron air purifier. So for normally the air purifier, they use filter, but for the dust, they have different size. So for the filter type, they can only clean the dust in this area. But the negative iron is small and more active than that. It can clean much better than that, have more higher efficiency to clean the air. And also the negative iron is also good for our human bodies. If you stay in a place have more negative iron, your brain can like run faster and think more, which is also good for the student at school. So finally, I narrowed down my ideas and I decide my final direction. is to design an air purifier that can fit for the side sliding windows of Chinese schools. And here is my sketches trying to develop the shade and sketches about the details. And here is the final sketch, the model. And for the size, because the different windows have different size, it's hard to fit all the windows by one size. So I generate like from S size, M size to large size air purifier that can fit different size of windows. And here is the exploded wheel. So in the center, you can see there is an active iron generator that can create active iron. And here is how I'm gonna make it. So for the shells, front shell and back shell, I'm going to use the injection mold to build that. And for the other frames, I'm going to use the extrusion molds because they have the same section, so that is more easier. And in the last, I'm going to talk about marketing, about why schools might choose my design. Case for what we have now in market, the price is like 2,000 something if you want to use in a classroom that size space. But mine is only cost like 1,000. Cause I searched, like I said, this part, the main part to generate the negative iron is cost like 600 Chinese yuan. And also I talked to factory, people who work in factory, like if I want to do the injection molds to build my shelves and other frames, it might take like 100 yuan in Chinese money. And including other like shipping, advertising, it may comes to 1,000. Because my design is for wholesale. The schools have to buy, like if they have 30 classrooms, they might buy a lot. So it's not like the thing we have in the market. It's not for retail, it's for wholesale. So I can save some money on that part. And let me explain some details on my.
Are we out of time? Huh? Yeah, you're over time. Okay, I'm sorry. It's unfair to the other students that have to present after you. We talked about this in semester 1.
Yeah.
Right? Timing. You gotta respect the time. Comments, John?
Well, what you presented so far is, looks like you covered pretty much everything. I didn't see, again, the part breakdown, but at least you're giving some kind of, you're saying something between what's out there and how you're saving money on it. Your book covers pretty much everything. Your sketches were okay because it's a very simple part. And it looks like you went through at least 3 different variations and you picked this one.
Yeah.
And I think your presentation was good as far as you presenting, you projected everything. Is there any video?
Yeah. Here's a video about.
We're out of time, sorry. Get some video, maybe I'll see it later.
Okay.
I wouldn't be so stern if he didn't take my class.
Oh, okay.
For the first 6 weeks, we talk about presentation skills. Timing is one of the key things. If you were in a midpoint review, you would have been cut off. If you were in a final review, you would have been cut off. This is considered a final review for DP3, you're getting cut off. So, staying on the theme of presentation skills, you have improved quite a bit. You're very articulate, you're very confident, maybe a little bit too confident because you went too long. I don't remember that when you were in my class. So, and you're well dressed, it's just the timing. Okay. I think your citations, just like some of your classmates, are inconsistent. I think you have a lot of stock research in there, and in the back of your bibliography, you only have like 4 or 5 credits or sources listed there. So be more accurate with that information. A lot of what I saw in here was stock imagery, I think. You gotta give credit. Okay. Stock graphs, cut and paste, any of that. You have to be accurate, and you have to give credit. So I see a project here that has gone through the industrial design process, but the iterative steps that are required, you aren't showing a lot of strength. Okay, so your infographics are nearly missing. Like I don't see any effort on trying to create graphics that help explain information. It's all cut and paste image and text. Okay. And that, the missing statistics, diagrams, quotes, these are all kind of evidence that you didn't analyze a lot of that information. So you've presented a good problem, you've done good research, but you haven't really told me why you're going down those different directions. That requires analysis. Right? We did that in semester 1 too. So, decent amount of research. I didn't see a whole lot of field research. How you communicated that research was pretty weak graphically, and then I think that that your analysis was weak as well. We're going to have to see some sort of relevance, this project to your personal and professional goals. I don't see that. Mike is going to be looking for that. Yes, you're consistent with your branding, these kind of cool grays and blues, but it's not strong. Right? Branding goes beyond just color, which we've talked about. Again, graphics are not very strong. Drawings are not very strong. And the lack of exploration from most of you is pretty consistent that you weren't doing enough mock-ups and evaluations and testing. You weren't doing enough sketches. I'm certainly not seeing them in the book. I think you talked about cost a little bit where a lot of other people didn't. 3D models, I think those are fine, the models are fine. Didn't see a whole lot of, I think this goes back to exploration, brainstorming, mapping, certainly not enough sketches. Most of your deliverables, I think I've already talked to you about your presentation. And this last comment is for everybody. So everybody who was hopefully here about 40 minutes ago, Peter, you're shaking your head, you weren't here, so I'll repeat it. I recommend that all of you do some sort of drawing related to your project that features your real drawing skills. You're capable of doing if you apply yourself. Okay, so that's one. The other thing that I want to warn you guys about is I just texted Mike. I said if there's a single spelling or grammar mistake, that you will not pass. You guys have all made that very simple for me. Okay? I think there's one student that I've told that really leveraged Joy's services. Okay? I've seen spelling errors throughout people's journals and most presentations. A single spelling mistake, you will not pass. Nobody's hearing that for the first time. We started talking about that in semester 1, right, Glenn? Okay. All right.
It'd be beneficial as what I told you this morning about the light out.
We'll end with John's illustrious story.
It's a true story. Some years ago, I applied to recruit 25 people. Two of us ended up who they chose. I was one and another person. I had one spelling error on my resume, the other guys like each other. The competition is tough out there. Every little thing they start to look at. You get somebody that's very good at anything, one little mistake, you know, okay. Tell you that from my experience, I always go check spell, I have somebody proofread my stuff over and over and over again. I still make mistakes. You know, I can draw a line faster than, I can draw a picture faster than say words, but that's not what people look at. Keep that in mind.
Is 420 too late to start, Jim? Is 420 too late to start? That's fine. Do we want to do 410? See everybody in 20 minutes, not before.
It's 4:45, right?